Hi, Sandwich Clubbers. Courtney Martin, caregiver in residence here, coming at you with 3 tips on financial caregiving this week. Managing your parents' money, which is something that a lot of us end up needing to do, I'm doing, is a huge responsibility. And it has so many layers, right? There's the logistical layer, which is just, there's a lot to figure out. It's overwhelming, and who has the time? But there's also the emotional layer. So I want to give you 3 tips this week that apply to all of the layers, hopefully. Okay, so the first one is ground rules. Before you ever start messing around in your parents' banking websites or mutual fund accounts or just trying to take care of their bills, have a grounding conversation about the rules. What do you need from them in order to take on this responsibility, and what do they need from you if you're going to take on this responsibility? An example from my life is I said to my mom, my dad has dementia, I need transparency and clarity in order to do this, because we had a lot of stuff about money and when we talked about it and when we didn't, and what information I was privy to and what information I wasn't, and it was all felt really messy and hard to me. So I said, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to take this on, I need transparency and clarity. And then when I didn't have that, I could return to it and say, remember what I said, in order to do this, I need transparency and clarity. So have that hard conversation first about the ground rules. The second one is hard copies. Those of us from the internet age are used to doing a bunch of stuff online, including Google Docs, including, accessing apps and banking websites and all the things. That is not true for many of our elders. So make hard copies of things that you think will help put their mind at ease about what you're dealing with financially. That might include the ground rules, by the way, but could also be, just printouts of various kinds of accounting you're doing. Just do it. It seems kind of egregious when you're like someone who's grown up on the internet, but I think for our elders, it just feels like a sense of grounding and safety. Get a, folder and just stick papers in there and give it to them every once in a while so they can see what's happening. And then the third and final thing is outsource if the emotional cost is too high. We're talking a lot about the financial cost, but the emotional cost of managing your parents' finances can be really high if they are not down for giving up the control they say they're down for, if they have had major issues with money their entire lives. Like, there are just so many things that can be emotionally taxing. And if you're already doing physical caretaking for them, maybe you don't have the bandwidth. And in that case, it's okay to throw in the towel and say, Mom or Dad, we need to figure out how to either hire a professional to do this or find someone else in our kind of like chosen family, biological family network that can take this on, that you feel less charged with, that we can ask for this kind of support, because you don't have to be everything. You don't have to do everything. Sometimes it's too hard. So just offering you up, my dear Sandwich Clubbers, the option to decide it's too hard also. Hang in there.